What's good, YouTube? We're reacting to these eerie and scary glitches will creep you out. Let's get it. If I get creeped out, I'm finna hit the stizzy. Let's get it.
Will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. While the world might seem to have a scientific explanation behind everything, there are times when it simply doesn't. From jaw-dropping miracles to very bizarre incidents, here are some of the scary glitches and eerie encounters that will creep you out. Miracle on rail track. For a human being to survive a fall like that would be divine intervention. This CCTV footage, taken on September 9th, 2015, at the Borivali station platform in Mumbai, shows a man who falls onto the tracks of a moving train while attempting to catch it. Other passengers nearby rushed at the spot to lend their hand, but were left speechless upon seeing the fallen passenger rise without any injuries. With the train already on the move, there's no way he could have gotten under it. Also, with little to no space between the train and the platform, this is truly a case of divine intervention. Headless man. Wait, did I really say that? A man without a head? And that too, walking alive? How on earth is this possible? This video, caught by a man while driving on a busy road, shows a person walking on the pavement without their head visible on camera. While many people are not believing it, some say it might be possible based on a myth which says that headless people have existed in history. So is this really a mythical man visiting us? Or is there no truth to this video? What do you think? Teleported dog.
Don't they got one of those?
If the dog teleported or spawned in the middle of the motorway
that's
a second
happened to
too
me
early,
before, bro.
it could have ended badly. In January 2015, footage of two race cars was being recorded on an empty motorway in Chile, and a dog randomly appeared as soon as the vehicle zipped past the cameraman. The video clearly shows that the dog just mysteriously appeared on the road as if teleported or spawned. Where did it come from? If it were in the middle of the road to begin with, it's incredible that both cars were able to dodge the dog. Glass-hating eerie. A ghost who settles things by breaking glasses? Well, clearly he's got some well-managed anger issues. Security cameras at the New Wellington pub in Newmarket, UK, have several times caught footage of a ghost who randomly smashes pint glass into pieces every now and again. The owners decided to install the cameras, hoping to find that cause, but only managed to record a few more glasses smashing for seemingly no reason at all. With the incidents occurring so often, it almost shows that the pub is haunted by ghosts, who happen to have a special kind of hatred for glasses. With it not having escalated its temper, it's definitely very interesting. Glitching cat.
I'll take a dog girl.
If the floor wasn't too slippery or moving like the treadmill, the only verdict remains that the cat might be caught in a glitchy matrix. A shopkeeper in Yokohama, Japan, was startled to see a cat who attempted to walk but didn't seem to move forward, almost as if it were walking over a treadmill. Seconds into the recording, another man interrupts the cat curiously, making it move as it normally should. As the man walks away, the cat starts to glitch once again. Either the cat is doing it on purpose to enjoy the slippery floor, or the cat is actually glitching. Family dog spirit. Since most animals are able to see spirits, perhaps the new pet may have been playing with the family's deceased dog. A Florida man, while checking out the camera of his newly purchased cell phone, sighted a shadow of a mysterious spirit-like figure that passed next to him, which immediately baffled him. Upon reviewing the footage, he noticed the spirit to have a similar shape to that of a dog, and since the Florida man recently had one of his pet dogs passing away, he believes that the spirit was of the family dog that still lives with them. Frozen in field.
Alright, that was fucking insane.
Maybe Professor Charles Xavier was nearby and seeing someone important enough to pause everyone. A family living in the holiday cottage in Troutbeck in the Lake District of England were puzzled to find hundreds of sheep standing frozen still in the field for several hours. At first, they thought that the sheep were sensing some sort of danger, while some thought that they were hypnotized. But upon the footage getting viral, a shepherd commented that the reason for the sheep remaining frozen in place for several hours could mostly be due to a change in weather.
Motionless bird. Alright, this
Motionless bird.
some fuckery. LA.
Recently, a bird near the L.A. Matheson Secondary School was seen standing still in the middle of the air, while it was completely motionless, with it remaining stationary for several hours, puzzled many onlookers as this video started to become viral. Before an animal rescue team could arrive on the scene to inspect the cause closely, this motionless feathered animal was long gone. The fact that the bird stopped moving and gravity failed to act clearly shows that this was a sort of glitch in reality.
Bird think it's Chris Angel, right?
Plane hovering. A commercial airliner was seen hovering in air just as that bird was glitching in Surrey, Canada. In March 2018, a man, while leaving an airport near Dallas, saw this plane that was inbound for landing, but despite several minutes passing, remained exactly in its position. With it happening in broad daylight, he could easily make out that the plane was hovering. What do you think could be the leading cause for something like this to happen? Do share with us your opinion down in the comments. Magical briefcase. Either this is the case of a theatrical performance, or the briefcase is magical. Footage taken in 2020 of then-Chancellor Rishi Sunak after a budget meeting showing his magical color-changing briefcase. At first, the briefcase looks in a bright green color that within a couple of seconds changes into dark brown just by itself. Seeing the manner of how it is presented shows that this clearly isn't your regular type of briefcase. Perhaps there's some sort of timer, and that it may be made of transferable layers, which actually plays the trick. Odd cat. It's not just us humans who may have tricks hidden up our sleeves. A cat managed to trick the recorder of this video into thinking it was a depressed-looking dog just using its ideal black fur. When the recorder continuously kept calling off the assumed dog, the cat shocked him by revealing its final form. The same cat can later be seen acting as if it were a human being. It stands on just two of his hind legs, moves towards the table, and climbs in a manner as if it were possessed by a human being. Teleporting child. Seeing how there isn't much panic in the girl proves that the girl is either in control or in on it. A footage taken by a random source somewhere in India shows a woman who was casually passing through an empty land by the road, who suddenly had a child appear next to her. If you watch the video closely, you can see that the woman is actually expecting the little girl to appear by the manner of how she readies her hand before the girl appears, almost as if she's summoning the little girl. With little to no reaction from either of them, it clearly shows that this isn't their first time. Ghost saves girl. Just by seeing the moving vehicles, you can know that this most certainly was no glitch in the recording of the camera. In June 2017, In June 2017, a security camera on a street in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, captured footage showing a moment of a miracle. A mysterious man with a superhuman speed, or a ghost, came running super fast to save a little girl just in time before a fast-approaching vehicle could hit her. Within a millisecond after the girl is saved, this super-fast Good Samaritan immediately disappears into the dark of night. Skinwalker attack in woods. When you hear something spooky like this, you may want to avoid letting curiosity get the better of you. A driver was passing through the countryside of Arkansas when he stopped near a forest to stretch his legs. Minutes later, he could repeatedly hear a weird yet terrifying humming sound. Thinking that there could be a nearby village or cabin, he began looking around for the source of the sound. At this point, a skinny, fast-moving skinwalker creature out of the blue was rushing to the driver. From the longs of the video making it to the internet, the driver probably survived. Alien Scout.
But they got some shit.
Considering all those UFO sightings over the scales of decades, sightings of aliens was long overdue. A group of friends banded together for camping next to the Big Bear Lake in California, when a tiny, possum-like animal interrupted them. It made a sudden appearance that left everyone freaked out. Seeing only a glimpse of this being, they reported that it looked quite similar to that of fictional character Dobby from the Harry Potter movies, except that it was a bit too green. With nothing making sense of the incident, it is being considered an alien being who has been sent to scout human beings. Glowing-eyed mummy chase.
Bear. What the fuck?
Certainly no human can run that fast while being covered in mummy fabric, let alone having a glowing set of eyes. Two young men were driving down a road when a manly figure appeared in the dark that was sprinting parallel to them. It attempted to get as close as it possibly could, which also revealed its physical form. It was covered like a mummy, who also had its eyes glowing, not to mention the incredible speed. Luckily, the driver spotted it in time and managed to speed away. Just by seeing the footage, you can know that this certainly could not be a human, but a real-life mummy. Jungle Highway Crawler. Unless this crawler has some super speed or super strength, which it seemingly doesn't, it probably wouldn't last long. Recently, a transporter who was passing through a dense forest in Chile stumbled onto a naked-looking crawler that looked to be blocking the road. Physically, it looked to be quite weak and skinny, as if it were a mere frame of a skeleton. It had a very bleak-looking face and grayish hair. The driver reported that since it was much slower than him, he was able to steer clear of it, since the crawler was eager to get closer. Whether it was actually in distress, the driver didn't want to take a chance and reacted by turning around for an alternate route and was criticized by many for that decision. Floating leaf.
That shit if I see it on the road.
A leaf such as this is just as the old saying goes, light as a feather. Two old friends, while catching up with each other, noticed a leaf that was constantly floating in midair while moving through the woods in Minsk, Belarus. The leaf remained stationary and perfectly in the middle of the air with little to no breeze. It appeared to be magical and unbelievable at the same time, so much that they decided to capture the moment on camera. Looks like the leaf was a bit too light against the air, which kept it afloat.
I don't know. Spider signs.
Frozen fish.
What the fuck?
What's going on?
At first, it may seem like these fishes aren't real, until you look closely. A visitor at the Ripley's Aquarium in Canada was shocked to see dozens of fishes that suddenly froze within the aquarium, and she decided to record it, and somehow managed to stay afloat within their position. As the video got enough traction, a local marine biologist commented that fish usually freeze due to a number of reasons, from simply just resting, to stress, overcrowded tanks, and poor water conditions. Since the aquarium has taken all the necessary precautions, this matter remains unsolved. Ghost in a crib. The old saying of catch 'em while they're young is probably what that ghost had in practice here. An Ohio couple bought a crib from a yard sale for their baby, which somehow happened to be haunted by a ghost. They reported numerous disturbances during the night while the couple were asleep, so much that they decided to place cameras pointing at the crib from different angles. Upon reviewing their footage, they were shocked to discover paranormal activity that was spotted around the baby. At first, they noticed huge human hands appearing from the bottom of the crib, which would disturb the baby. On another instance, the shadowy figure could be seen moving under the crib.
What the fuck, bro? You need to
Haunted store.
leave.
A storage room from a convenience store in New Orleans, Louisiana, is believed to have been taken over by a supernatural entity or a ghost. The staff reported that whenever the room would be entered for restocking the store shelves, checking inventory, or even storing fresh supplies, the spirit within the room would always react in an aggressive manner by tossing goods at them. However, none of the staff have complained of any serious cases of damage or injuries, but these encounters would be often terrifying for new employees. Seeing the state of how peaceful the storage room may seem, and that it has all the supplies, perhaps the invisible force decided to take residence and hates its peace being disturbed.
These are not
Grandpa
glitches,
in
bro.
window.
This is fucking insane.
An unearthly moment was captured when a mother of 5 caught a shadow or a ghost of her deceased dad on the window of her home in Liverpool. At first, she thought that someone could be standing right outside the window, which was immediately ruled out when she pulled back the curtain and found no one, which left her startled. Since the shadow emerged coincidentally just as she was sharing happy memories of her late father Terence with her eldest daughter, Natalie, she started believing that it most certainly could be him. Terence expired in 2009 due to a stroke while suffering from pneumonia. Open Sesame.
And left the doors just opened on its own.
This is probably the nicest ghost ever to be encountered by anyone. Paranormal investigator Chris Gyers was astonished while exploring a reported activity at the 16th floor of Croxteth Hall in Liverpool to find a spirit that looked to be very polite. It would open and close a wine cellar door upon command. The video started with the door opening on its own, and an investigator can be heard saying hello. Soon after, Chris says to shut the door for us, and within a fraction of a second, the door spookily appears to shut on its own. The encounter has led him to believe that this could possibly be the spirit of a butler. Shady Cryptid. Initially, this may seem like a monkey of some kind, but if you look around, there aren't any trees around. A hiker passing through a trail in a woodland area somewhere in Nebraska noticed this shady cryptid-looking entity that was stalking him. It appeared from behind the bushes and kept following him to an extent that he decided to check it out closely. At this point, the shady stalker got up on its hind legs and also revealed its terrifying face while it began to chase. The recorder managed to outpace him and described it to have a beastly appearance, which the onlookers of the video nicknamed as the Shady Cryptid. Invisible Rider. Security camera recorded a man offloading office supplies from his van in the Washington, D.C. area when something quite weird happened. A scooter rider passed by the back of his van and disappeared soon after. According to the man, the rider went completely silent after passing by the van. With the man thinking that this was probably some kind of an attempted robbery, he immediately came to intervene, but was left even more astonished as the rider randomly disappeared into the air, almost as if put on an invisibility cloak. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This picture and video was captured recently, where the recorder mentioned coming across several of these black-covered entities who seem to be following him. With a church nearby, the recorder initially thought that these were an increasing number of nuns, until they were seen several times again while driving. This made him feel as if he was being followed by something evil, especially when he found out that no one else could see them. He decided to take his camera out, hoping to capture the footage, when he captured an even stranger figure. If you happen to have more information, do share it in the comments. Streamer haunted.
Oh my!
The ghost probably wanted some human fan following as well. Rubsy, who is an online streamer, was at his friend's place when something completely bizarre started to happen while streaming. A door in the background can be seen opening slowly until it slams shut abruptly, all by itself.
Oh my!
With the streamer being alone in the apartment, having only his friend's pet cat is what started to terrify him the most. Soon after this, the lights began turning on and off as Rubsy gets up to start to investigate the lights, which then start to dim and turn off without warning. As he returns back to talk to his viewing fans and friends and trying to make sense of the situation, a box on the table behind him slowly starts to move and eventually falls to the floor. At this point, Rubsy has pretty much lost it and had given in that something supernatural was living with him in the apartment. Tree in car. This is the same case as the question, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The question goes, a scientifically unexplainable video was posted by a random source showing a car in the middle of a street which has a tree piercing through it. As you can see, the green seems to have somehow pierced through the driver's seat all the way through the roof. Seeing the tree has fully grown with a huge set of branches full of leaves, and the car looking good as new. Either this is a case of a glitch in the Matrix, or that the tree suddenly shot through the body of a car. Thank you very much for watching the video.
I done lost
Like and
my
share it
mind
with your
watching
friends.
this, man.
Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.
Monetize game, I'm motherfucking stupid. 1, 2, 3. Monetize game, I fuck yo man. Pause it up. Do you think? Oh shit, I forgot this shit.